Hello. Thank you for joining Only in Sedona Yoga for this Hatha to Restorative flow. These basic flows are a great introduction to yoga or the perfect cool down or use in your healing therapy. Please grab any props that you might like and let's talk to our mats. Okay, beautiful yogi, begin on your hands and knees and just begin to unite your breath and body movement with some cat-cows. Exhaling as you round your back like a scared Halloween kitty. And inhaling as you let that lower spine dip towards the mat. Take a few moments here to mentally enter your sanctuary of yoga, where you are safe, you are protected, and you are loved. Form a quiet intention for your practice. Or maybe just simply observe your mood without judgment. Check in with yourself. How are you doing physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually? Don't judge, simply observe and let it be. As you unite your breath-body movement here, exhaling to cat, and doing this one more time. And then hold this one up in cat. We're just going to take a barrel roll or two each way. So you're just going to shift that spine, let it dip down, take it to the other side and up. Do that one more time this way. And then get that the other way. Nice basic flow today. A little leg, a little core work. Let's come to a flat spine. Let's walk it forward. Come into a nice yin style sphinx. Take a nice deep breath here. And then exhale to get back to child's pose for a breath. And just start to make this a little flow, coming forward. This time lifting up to a cobra. And then taking it back to child's pose. Do this 2 or 3 more times. Notice in your cobra, your elbows stay soft, your hips stay down. And do just one more, really getting that spine nice and warm. A lot of flowiness today. And just take a breath or 2 in child's pose. And then come on up to all fours. Maybe widen your stance a bit as you tuck your toes. And meet me in your first down dog of the day. Bend your knees. Shift your hips a little higher. Drop your heels. Once more, unite your breath and body as you walk out your dog. Taking one breath as you look under one arm. And then switching to the other side. One more switch. Lift on both toes. Drop your heels for a breath or 2 here. And feel free to smile and sigh. Start to adjust your mood that way. And when you're ready, just walk it forward to the front of your mat. You'll feel your fingertips start to come up. Let your elbows cross as you tick-tock it out. Opening up those hamstrings with TLC, a little love. If your fingertips brush the mat, you can walk from side to side. One thing I've been liking doing lately is kind of grabbing onto my heel with the opposite hand and opening up. You might be here holding onto your calf, and that's okay. Maybe do that to the other side. Just getting to know your body, being gentle and compassionate as you come rounding up with soft knees. Deep breath, inhale. Bring your hands to heart center. Standing tall in your mountain pose, your knees are soft, shoulders down and back. Invisible string lifting you tall. Reconnect with your private intention for your practice as you take a deep breath. And let's begin our flow. Inhaling up. Exhale as you surrender into your forward fold. Inhale yourself up to a flat spine. And as you exhale, bring your palms to the mat. Step back to a plank. On top of a push-up. One straight line. Shoulders to your heels. And we're going to chaturanga down. Hover heel or feel your strength for a minute. And then let your belly drop. Take that cobra. And then come up and back. Tuck your toes. And come into your down dog. Join me here for a breath or two. And with an inhale, lift that right leg up. Let that leg fall open to the side. And then inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, let it drop, almost like you're going to flip into a back bend, but don't actually do that. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, lean it back. One more inhale as you straighten it, and now we're going to pull it through. So bring that leg through, planting it between your palms, pivoting your back foot, cartwheeling up into your warrior two. Find a good expression of the pose. Feel the strength in your legs squaring off your hips. As you inhale, come up to a peaceful warrior. As you exhale, go into a side angle. Continue moving like that with your breath. 2 or 3 more times. Maybe do that one more. Hold it here in your side angle. If you want, you can bring your hand to the mat. You can place a block here as well. Look towards those fingertips, take a breath or two. And then come rolling around. Open this up nice and wide. Reach, reach, reach. Before stepping it on back into your plank, through your chaturanga. This time take an up dog if you wish, so your knees come up. And then meet me in your down dog. And if up dog is too much on your lower back, stay with your cobra variation. I like to show you different options, and I really want to encourage you to personalize these flows. Let's inhale ourselves up, single leg split. Exhale, bring that knee towards your nose. Inhale, lift it up, a little core work. Exhale, take it to the outside elbow. Inhale, lift up. Exhale to the other elbow. And one more time, take that full single leg split before bringing it through. This time, keep your heel lifted and come on up into a nice high lunge. And we're going to add a little motion to this as well. So lift up and twist, lift and twist and lift. This time, bring your hands to heart center. Pivot against that thigh. You have the option to stay here, supporting yourself on the thigh. Open up here If you want to try a bind, go ahead, look up. And then just come out of this. Place your hands on either side of that foot. Drop your back knee. Open up to Anjaneyasana. Take a breath or two here. And then bring those hands down. Step it on back to plank. Through Chaturanga. Take your cobra or your up dog. And meet me in your down dog. Take a nice deep breath in here. Maybe adjust. And then come walking on forward to the front of the mat. Lifting up to a flat spine before surrendering forward fold and rolling it up with soft knees. Looking up, palms touch. Mindful pause for breath in mountain pose at heart center. Your next inhale lifts you up again. Exhale, surrender, forward fold. Inhale to your flat spine. And as you exhale, step back to your plank again, top of a push-up. You can always drop your knees here to Chaturanga, that's an option. Or just come on down. Take your cobra or up dog before meeting me in your down dog. This time it's your right leg that comes up with an inhale, or your other leg rather. I think it's your left. We filmed two different locations, two different ways, but the opposite leg. Let it bend, and then straighten. Inhale as you let it bend, open up that hip. Exhale, straighten. Inhale as you bend. Exhale as you straighten. And then bring that leg through. We're going to go into that warrior two, so plant that foot. If it's your back foot, cartwheel it up and hold it here in your warrior two. Take a breath or two as you really square off the hips. Feel your leg strength engage. And then let's add a little flow. Inhaling the peaceful warrior. Exhaling the side angle. Inhaling as you come up. Exhaling as you stretch. Do that one more time. And exhale, hold the side angle this time. And then just come on down. Open it up right here. Reach, 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 reach. Bring that arm down. Flow through your vinyasa. Chaturanga down. Cobra or up dog. Meeting me in your down dog. Lift that same leg up again, into that down split. Bring it in towards your nose. Lift it on up. Take it to your outside elbow. Lift it on up. Bring it to the opposite elbow. And one more time. Bring it all the way through this time. This time we're going into that high lunge, so plant that foot, back heel stays lifted. Lift yourself up. Feel that leg strength, and let's make this dynamic as well. Lift it up, and give me a twist. Lift up, and twist. One more time. This time hands come to heart center. Twist against that thigh. You can stay here. You can open up. You can try a bind. Hold and breathe. And then come out. Drop that back knee. And open into your Anjaneyasana. Take it on down. Step back to your plank, flowing through your vinyasa. Inhaling cobra or up dog, and exhaling to your down dog. Stay here, join me for a breath or two. Before just taking a nice deep inhale where you are. And as you exhale, sigh it out. And just drop your knees, come down to all fours. We're gonna transition that way. Give me a few cat-cows. Just stretching out that hard work you did. Reunite your breath and body here as we move into some slower floor-based restorative stretches. And just come into a kneeling position. We're gonna do some half camels. So all you're gonna do is lean back, place one hand against one heel, and reach back with the opposite arm. Release that here. Take a brief child's pose. And then get that to the other side. Even making this a little flowy. And release into child's pose. We're going to do that one more time on each side. Pick it up and lean back. And release into child's. And then one more time. Coming up, lean back. And release into child's pose. We're going to try one full camel. I'm going to show you two different ways to get into it. The first way is just trust that you can find your heel. But if that's a little scary and that doesn't feel right, start from seated and lift your hips up this way. Take one more breath here. And then release for 2 or 3 breaths in your child's pose. And then come on up. Turn on your mat. Extending one leg out to the side. We're going to do a side variation of Janu. Kind of a combination Janu and gate. So just lift up overhead. And you can bring this hand down and just lean to the side. You can cross this arm open. Can reach for the toe. However feels good. Just hold it here and breathe. And I'm going to encourage you to make this a little flowy too. Maybe walk it in front for a few breaths. And then take it up and take it back over to the side. Whatever feels good. You don't necessarily have to follow exactly what I'm doing. Maybe you want to come up and reach towards that foot with the opposite hand. Maybe pulling back on your toes feel good. I just want to show you lots of variations so that you can personalize your practice. And when you've had enough of this one, come on out by going into a gate. Just reach, reach, reach. And then release it on down. And we're going to go into a fire log next. So 2 options here. You can take an easy sukhasana like this, or cross the other leg up on top. Take a nice deep breath, inhale, and then come forward and really feel that stretch in that outer hip. And feel free to put a little motion here too. Maybe walk over to one side and take a few breaths there. And then maybe you switch to the other side. Just exploring, mindfully tuning in to how the body feels. And if for any reason any pose makes you uncomfortable, feel free to exit out. Take another pose of your choice. And when you've had enough of this one, come rolling up. Just very briefly, let's take a little mat seat twist. So this leg that was on top, just cross it over. Lift this arm up. You can hug this knee, that's one option. Or take the elbow and look behind. And just take a few breaths here. And then release, we're gonna get that to the other side. So begin by extending that leg out. Deep breath, inhale. And then just lean to the side. Maybe you wanna reach for the toes. But if that doesn't work, don't worry. I'm walking it forward maybe. And then maybe you decide to come back up. Whatever feels good, whatever feels right. Maybe you want to reach directly for that foot, maybe pull on your toes a little. And when you've had enough, briefly come out with that gate, just elongate out of that. And then bring that extended leg in for that fire log. Cross it here on top. Deep breath, inhale up. Come on forward. Really feel that stretch on that hip. And if this is too intense, remember, take an easy sukhasana, one leg in front. Leaning forward will still give you that intense hip stretch. And everyone's body configuration is different. Let's walk this out a little. So if your poses look a little different than mine, that does not mean you're doing anything wrong. If it feels good in your body, if you are feeling a gentle stretch, if you're feeling a stretch that feels like a release and not pain that feels sharp, then you're doing it right. Part of the union of yoga is the mind and the body. It's the exercise of tuning in mindfully to your body and adjusting each pose so that it works for your unique and wonderful body. And when you've had enough of this one, come walking up out of it. Just bring this leg up for a mat seat twist, reconfigure the legs, lift up tall, hugging the leg or taking the elbow and looking back. And then just coming forward to sit. And take a moment just to sit here quietly. Check in with your body, check in with yourself again. How do you feel now? Mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually? How does it compare to when you began your practice? Hopefully you feel refreshed. We at Only in Sedona Yoga want to thank you so much for sharing this time with us. Let's seal our practice now by taking a final deep breath inhale and tapping our foreheads to remind us to be mindful of our thoughts, our lips for mindfulness of speech, and our hearts in gratitude for our practice. Namaste.